Hey everybody, it's Cyborg, joined once again by Temp, and you know the drill by now. Issue number 5, year 5. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so we start off in South Korea. We see that something's being planned here by the Rogues and Batman. Superman is celebrating Clark Kent Day in Smallville. Then the Rogues all of a sudden start causing destruction at several different points in the world. They cause explosions, they're blowing up buildings, but there's no people in it, as we find out. So we continue on. Superman's demanding that they, save the day and everything gets taken care of, but Cyborg explains to him, you know what, there's not enough time to do that. We're going as fast as we can, but we're not going to make it there in time. Hal goes and says, hey, as I said, there's nobody in here. There's in the blown up building, and there's no dead bodies, no casualties. Looks like this is just a planned thing, and there's no bad guys to be found. Superman is pissed off at this, but we cut to Bizarro, and Bizarro is watching on the TV that there's an explosion. So bad people make bad thing. Me save the day, because me Superman. This is job for Superman. And then Superman goes to talk to the Flash and Lex Luthor. Lex has to explain that there's no more green pills being made right now because of the chemical. There's some chemicals that were contaminated, so it's going to take weeks at minimum to get some more green pills made because they have to change substances. Superman, that's not good enough. But Lex says, you know what, I understand that you're not happy with that, but guess what? That's not going to change the amount of time it takes. It doesn't just magically happen like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So some good stuff there, and then Flash voices his disapproval of using criminals on their side to help them out, such as Bane and Killer Croc and Killer Frost, and Superman says, all right. But then they give like a nice little stare down. The dissension is happening, folks. Then we cut to the Trickster. Trickster is on an ATV. He is Russian. He's talking about how upset he is about being kicked out of the Rogues. Just the Rogues, whatever they call themselves. The Rogues. Flash's Rogues. Anyways, he's going. He sees a red trail in the sky, seemingly Superman, and he's trying to get to where the Rogues are at. The building that they're currently messing with or whatever. So he's trying to hurry up. Meanwhile, Mirror Master and the gang, including Weather Wizard and What's-Her-Face, they're all trying to get everybody out there, get all the soldiers through the mirror so that way they can escape in time before Superman gets there. But all of a sudden, Bizarro busts through the wall and he says, yes, me Superman, because at first they think he's Superman. Then we cut to Trickster. He's almost there. He arrives on the scene, he sees the busted open wall, and then he looks inside and he sees his friends being decimated by this so-called Superman. Bizarro's going nuts. He's using heat vision for some reason, and he's using freeze breath for some reason, even though Bizarro's supposed to have the opposite. He's supposed to have heat breath and freeze vision, but don't know what's up with that. Don't know if this is supposed to be Bizarro, if they're just not doing him well enough. Don't really know.
I don't know much about Bizarro, so I actually didn't know about the heat breath switcheroo thing. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he has
That's a pretty big overlook, but yeah.
Yeah, he's got the opposite of what Superman does. So yeah, he's got heat breath and freeze vision. So it's kind of funny that way because obviously it's his whole shtick. He's like the Bizarro Superman. So, anyways, but he's like I said, he's using his heat vision, he's using freeze breath, and he's going nuts on people. Lex doesn't really use freeze breath. He uses, just breath. He just uses air breath. And knocks him up against the wall. And then he notices that the fire doesn't really harm him. And then we cut back to Batman and Barbara. And they're talking about how supposedly Superman busted it on the scene. But Batman explains, no, I'm tracking Superman, so it can't be Superman. But they say it looks like Superman. It's somebody dressed like Superman, but he's pale. So Batman wants footage of it because he wants to know what's going on. Meanwhile, Mirror Master's knocked out, so they're trying to escape, but they can't because Mirror Master's knocked out and they're not sure how to use his belt to be able to go through the mirror dimension. And at this point, Bizarro goes crazy and because Weather Wizard calls him a fake Superman. At which case, Bizarro freaks out at being called fake, and he blasts, seemingly, Weather Wizard and the other guy, the bald guy. But I'm not sure who the bald guy is.
I don't know the bald guy. No, me neither.
But yeah, so it looks like Weather Wizard and the bald guy get decimated, and they turn into skeletons. But the girl manages to cover up Mirror Master so to keep her and him safe, because she can go intangible, so she managed to dodge that. And Trickster bears witness to this. Bizarro looks at Trickster and asks who he is. Trickster's pretty smart here, and he says, yeah, you are Superman. And then he explains that, don't you remember, we're friends. And Bizarro seems to be tricked by this. He grabs Trickster, flies him up into the air, and that's the last we see of him in this issue. Superman arrives on the scene, and he wants to know exactly what happened. He wants the footage pulled because he needs to know what went down here, and makes note of the two bodies, or the two skeletons, I should say. Then we cut back to Batman and his team, Mirror Master and everyone else that made it out, and yeah, they're upset at the loss, and Batman says he points out that it wasn't Superman, but the girl says, I guess her name's Lisa. She says, does it really matter that he wasn't the real Superman? And then we have Catwoman.
Oh, the face, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that face is,
Dun,
you raise a
dun,
good point. Yeah, Batman has a pretty funny face here. Very wide-eyed.
But yes.
It's like he just drove like 100 miles for a specific form of like candy. I don't know where I'm going with this, but then he just like, actually we just sold out to the guy that just came in. What? You say?
Oh, that's good shit. I missed the bad art.
The art in this is actually good. The first chapter is really rough. The second chapter is not so bad.
Even this picture isn't bad. It just took me by surprise.
Yeah, it's a silly
bad
face.
eyes.
It's a silly face. And then we have Catwoman basically rehashing exactly what she did last issue and say, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry, Bruce. We're not fighting winning fights, and made mention of all the bad stuff that's happened so far. So, yeah. She walks away. She walks out. She is officially done. I thought that's what the last issue said, but we really just hammered that point home this time. Made sure you're clear that she is leaving the team.
She walked out just so she could walk back in to tell Batman, listen, I'm walking out. And then she walked out again. Like, it's so pointless. But if it happens a third time, it'll be worth it because it'll be funny. But I don't think that'll happen.
It's like a running gag.
It's like in the middle of battle. Listen, I can't do this anymore.
She quits the team every single issue. All right. But yeah, an okay issue. Definitely not as good as some of the other ones of the year, but wasn't a bad one. It was just okay. But we got some good development with Bizarro. We're seeing where he takes it. Obviously, his story arc is ramping up, and that's going to lead to some exchanges, I'm sure, some interactions. Is it really Bizarro? I mean, it's got to be Bizarro. He's doing everything else that Bizarro would do. Talks the way he does, looks the way he does. Don't know why he doesn't have the power set right. Don't know. Could be an oversight by the creators. Who knows? But
yeah, I guess I gotta get my own shoe on Bizarro. I really thought he was gonna be like a comic relief segment for all the issues. I didn't think they were actually gonna take him all the way, and now he's murdering bitches. So they definitely went all the way with the concept.
Yeah.
And he's hanging with Trickster now, so we'll see how that goes. That could be good.
Fun.
That could be really interesting.
Could be good stuff.
Not too much to say though. What's up?
I was gonna say Mark Hamill played the Trickster in the old Flash TV series.
That's right. I remember that because that was a big deal when it happened.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, he was in the old one, and then I think he made like a returning cameo in the new one, in the new Flash. But, anyways, you were saying?
Just not a lot to say about either this issue or the last one. It's very structure different. Structure driven. Where this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened.
It's a lot less.
Catwoman quits.
It's a lot less to like digest. I mean, some of our criticism towards the end of our year 4 was there was issues that had like about 10 things going on at once. Like, it was just jumping back from here to here to there and all sorts of crazy stuff. Whereas this is just like 2 things happen in the entire issue, but it's like that's the entire issue. It's built on those 2 moments, like those 2 themes being told. So it's nice. It's actually a breath of fresh air, and in my opinion, it's less... doesn't really require as much thought. It's just kind of comics for the sake of comics. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, no one's gonna write home about these, but necessarily I wouldn't say these are bad comics. They're there. I mean, they're telling the story of these characters and getting us closer to seeing more about how these characters evolve leading into the game. So, yeah.
Not bad except for the Catwoman stuff. I think that is bad. Like, that's kind of weird and strange.
Yeah, that she quit twice or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a giant oversight, because it's not like the second time she quit added anything.
Right.
Like, there's no reason for her to be in the room. She contributed nothing. But yeah, other than that, you're right. It's fairly innocuous. Just a plot-moving issue. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But all right, yeah, that covers the issue, and so that does it for issue number 5 today, guys. We will see you tomorrow for issue number 6. So you guys take care. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Like the video, subscribe. Adios, people.
Catch you later.